Hello everyone, and welcome to DrakeMakes. Last week I learned how easy it was to set up basic vehicles in Unreal Engine 5. So this week I want to make a racetrack and use this as an excuse to bust out advanced Cel Shaders again. You'll have to excuse my voice if it's sounding a bit nasally. I am pretty sick at the moment, but the content must flow. So let's get going. But first, if you're looking to really learn the ins and outs of Unreal Engine, I've got a great deal for you guys. This video is sponsored by Wingfox. Wingfox is a great new course out on how to build your own first-person shooter game from the ground up, acting as an incredible basis for your projects. Thanks to the current Black Friday sale, courses are currently 50% off. With my affiliate link and code BFCM, you can get an extra 30% off their latest course. The Black Friday deals last until December 6th, so act fast to save huge using my affiliate link and code BFCM to get an additional 30% off. I have gotten some questions regarding how I got advanced Cel Shaders Lite to work in Unreal Engine 5. Some assets haven't been ported yet from Unreal Engine 4, but you can force them to work. Just be wary, this might cause bugs. Go to your desired asset pack and hit Add to Project. Select your Unreal Engine 5 project you want it migrated to like you would, and then just select the latest version of Unreal Engine that the asset is built for. It'll give you a prompt asking if you're sure. Go ahead and be sure, and that's it. To set up advanced Cel Shaders with Unreal Engine 5, you're going to drag in and access a post-process volume. Make sure it's set to infinite extent unbound. Add a material array element under the post-processing materials, and then select your desired shaders. For the look of this track, I did a blend of the Advanced Cel Shader version 2 and the Hero Comic shader, which turns out looking like this. Looking pretty good, so let's make a racetrack. And we're going to do that using spline paths. I opened up a new level, and after creating a new world layer in the Environment tab, I label this layer Spline. I can then use the Spline tool to drag out a path and instruct it to use a specific model as a fill. So by holding Control and clicking, you're able to place points. And as you can see, these points automatically connect and generate these curves. Once I have a good shape drawn out, I can just close the loop by connecting back to the first spline. And now with a specific shape drawn out, I'm able to select a segment of road to fill in the spline. And I can adjust its scale to smooth everything out, as you can see here. The segment of road is just using a Megascan texture. This works really great. It's super easy to adjust all of your spline points in real time. And there you have a track laid out and ready to use. So there you go. I mean, this is a cel-shaded little driving demo. So moving forward, I just built a big city industrial area around the thing. For the level design today, we're using these packs. I built out a bunch of industrial looking areas and added detail along the edges of the tracks. The Freeway Props pack has a bunch of great assets for detailing around corners. I would use a combination of these orange barriers, yellow barrels, and then these orange LED signs with arrows on them. I paste down a bunch of these streetlight assets along the side of the track. Having these repeated elements really helps sells the speed as you're driving by. At first, this whole thing seemed pretty intimidating. I quickly realized I made a lot more track than I originally thought I did, which created the creative issue of trying to fill space without making things look repetitive. Jumping forward in the process some more, I added in some billboards and built a bunch of cylindrical hanger pieces to go around the scene. These would house a bunch of random industrial parts and things. think this is all considered kit bashing. Just trying to familiarize myself with a set of assets, and then try and stretch them as far as I can. I also used the foliage tools and a bunch of Megascan's assets to scatter a bunch of trash and debris throughout the place. I would try to keep all of the debris collected at corners or around edges. It's easy to get pretty heavy-handed with these tools, but it's a great way to add a bunch of detail to your scene easily. Last week, the main focus was generating massive city assets using Blender and Google Maps data, so I brought in some generated cities to use as a backdrop. These huge blocks help to hide the horizon and contain the map within itself. So after this, it was back to a lot more detailing. Moving further ahead in the process still, as you can see, I've now scattered around a bunch of these giant beveled edge compositional cubes. I'm really inspired by Brutalist architecture and post-cyberpunk styles, and these were great for fill-in space easily. To show you guys where my inspiration was coming from this week, here's some AI-generated images of post-cyberpunk Brutalist architecture. Now we skip forward in the process even more, and the scene is much more lived in. I added in these crossing power lines to have something that goes over the track. This looks really cool with the shadows, how they all fall. And then it's just back to adding more industrial area detail. After a few more finishing touches, our little racetrack level is complete here. And that is pretty much it. On to the real-time showcase. there you have it, cel-shaded driving game. I think the post-processing effects turn out really cool to look at, and it's an effect with a lot of stylistic potential if you want to get really complex with it. I'm really only scratching the surface here. As far as how the game feels as opposed to the looks, the driving templates in Unreal Engine sort of feel like you're driving on ice a lot of the time, but once I got a hang of it, it was actually a pretty good time trying to navigate around the track without crashing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this week's random creative project. If you did and would like to see more, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.